So I've got some talking points that I want to bring up here. So obviously this is going to be a little bit more of a news style. So if you guys don't want to hear about things going on in the world, I guess whatever. But as some of you may know, some of the fraudulent activities happening in Minnesota and in New York and all sorts of places, but specifically Minnesota. And who I would like to first bring up, and one of the first talking points, is Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley is a fantastic guy, and I've seen quite a few of his videos here. And one of the things that ceases to amaze me is that unless you're part of the fraud, I don't understand why people would be against him. Because I've seen videos many times over where people call him a racist or a fascist or a Nazi or an extremist because he's simply showing literally what's happening. These are facts. He has proof and facts, statements, and paperwork showing this place received money, and all these people keep calling him racist and all these names, and they kick him out of places, which I find to be very, very crazy. The fact that this country has gotten as so far to where fraudulent money is going to the things that it's going towards, and it took a YouTuber to find it. Someone, and this isn't downgrading people who make videos and do YouTube videos at all, as I do sometimes, but not even on the level that Nick Shirley does. But again, it shouldn't be up to us, we the people, that pay all these taxes and pay for all this stuff just so this money can be going to Somalian, child daycare centers, and the money is being tracked to other countries and being tracked back to terrorists, possible terrorists who want to tear this nation apart. And it's absolutely absurd that it's we the people, YouTubers, that have found all the corruption and all the fraudulent activity. It wasn't even our government that I believe to have discovered it. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but from what I understand clearly, Nick Shirley's the one that has discovered it and really just brought it to light. Like, he shed a lot of light on all these places that have been collecting illegal funds. As far as I'm concerned, none of it was legal. I don't know how they got it in the first place. Obviously, there's people behind closed doors doing things that they shouldn't be. Governors or whoever it may be. But we the people, we are sick and tired of our taxes going to things that it should not be going towards. America first. We are tired of our dollars going to all these other countries. We're tired of our dollars being spent on stupid scientific studies that are like completely asinine and mundane. The fact that there's studies out there that's getting all this funding in the past that has nothing progressive to society, humanity, America, or anything. We need to get back on track that this is America. This is a Christian country. And us, we the people, need to speak up against what is happening. Yes, sure, you can vote. Yes, sure, you can, talk to each other and agree on things, but we need to be talking out against the things that are going on. For instance, all these rioters and protesters, they're not even protesters at this point. It's absolutely insane to me that we have gotten to the point where we allow people to destroy buildings, cars, you name it. They throw bricks at cops, they throw rocks at cops, or you want to call them ICE officers, or whatever you want to call them. But we have now gotten to the point in time in society to where that is allowed. How is it that they are allowed to throw rocks, throw bricks, and all this? Now, some of my views might be seen as extreme or exotic, or however you want to look at it. I don't really care. I'm tired of seeing our country being torn apart. This is a Christian country. That's what it was founded upon. That is what our Constitution is founded upon. This is a Christian nation. The world is not bad because of the bad people in it. It is bad because of the lack of the good speaking up for good. And it is time that us good people speak up against the bad. And we speak up for what we believe in. Because if you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything. And that is what this country has become. It has become a place to fall for, oh, we need to help out this country, or we need to help out that country. No, we don't. We don't need to help out that country. In fact, we need to forget about them. It's time that America comes first. Americans and America comes first. And that doesn't mean you come over here, you pop out a baby, and they're born here and they're an American. No, they are not. No, they are not. In my eyes and in my beliefs, just because someone runs across the border, pops out a baby, that person's a U.S. citizen. I do not believe that. They are not a U.S. citizen. They should be deported. Now, some people are going to say, even on the right side, they're going to say, oh, that's pretty extreme. Yeah, it is extreme. And look how extremely shitty our country has become because we won't stand up for what's right. Immigration needs to be cut off cold-heartedly all the way. What has it gotten us besides all these problems? Most of these problems have come from people outside this country, and we wonder why all these problems happen. It's not because of us. Granted, we've allowed it to happen, and we've allowed and voted people in, and we let the left talk, and we've let the left riot and protest, and it's not even protesting, it's past that point. If you are against the ICE officers doing what they're doing, sure, there could be an argument, okay? Let's be reasonable here. If we want to be reasonable, we could look at it for the argument's sake of, are there ways that may be conducted that are maybe a little too much? Sure, maybe. Let's look at it with a reasonable vision and perception, and we can sit down and talk about that. But the fact that we have people here in the U.S. that are standing against our government of getting people who came here illegally, people who are sex offenders, people who are drug addicts, people who are drug dealers, people who are clearly milking the system and draining the system of the taxpayer, the hardworking Americans, the people like you and me. Why would someone stand up for an illegal? It makes absolute no sense. It's absolutely mundane. It's asinine. And honestly, if you're against ICE and you're protesting, rioting, whatever you want to call it, against ICE, and you're keeping these officers from doing their duty because, sure, maybe they are going towards someone and they accidentally, mistakenly ID them as somebody else, but they're also having to deal with you fucking retards. Yeah, it's going to make their job more complicated. It's going to add so much more work. And you're taking and costing us even more money, more taxpayer dollars, because we're having to put more and more ICE officers out there to try to just simply protect the officers that are trying to do their job. Instead of causing more issues and causing more problems and being a part of the problem, why don't you stand up for what you believe in and help? Be a part of ICE or start an organization and actually help the deportation transformation. Make sure they get to a good place, or make sure that we're conducting ourselves in the right way, in the legal way of the law. But if you're standing out there throwing rocks and bricks at people, especially officers, you should be considered a terroristic threat of this nation. and for the people in the U.S. Because this is the America that we voted for. This is the president that we wanted and voted for. We want mass deportation. We want it cut off. We are sick and tired of these people coming over. Fuck all immigrants. We need to cut it off. 5 to 10 years minimum. Cut off all immigrants. No longer, all of our borders shut, closed. No coming over here whatsoever, unless you're a U.S. citizen that has gone somewhere and you are coming back. You do not come in this country at all, whatsoever. You do not belong here, because we have many of our own problems that we need to get fixed. We need to get set straight, and we can't do that while all this chaos and all these illegals are draining the very resources and draining everyone else in this country. Because we have all these hard-working Americans, the fabricators, the plumbers, the welders, the blue-collar people, the white-collar people that work in offices and do all that stuff as well. The true Americans who have built this country and pay their taxes, work a normal, regular job, work extraordinarily hard, provide and protect for their family. And we are getting drained of our resources and our life and our time and away from our family, friends, and loved ones because of these people who have infiltrated our country, who have snuck in, and it is time that we get rid of them. And yes, I mean get rid of them. What do I mean by that? I mean get them the fuck out of this country. Get them out of our country. This is America. America first. Everyone else in the world, it has nothing to do with us. It's not our priorities. It's not our problems. It sounds terrible, but we have our own problems to fucking deal with. When you're on a plane and it's going down, they want you to put on your air mask first so you can breathe and so you can help other people. But if you can't even help yourself, how are we going to help everyone else in the world? By draining us and hurting ourselves even more? And so then we can get infiltrated. And all these Muslims keep coming over here, trying to put Islam into effect and Sharia law. That's against our Constitution. If you are Muslim, you should not be allowed constitutionally, ethically, or morally to hold any amount of office in the United States of America. It's completely against our Constitution. It's completely against our beliefs. This is a Christian nation. And it is time that all of us stand for what is right. It is time that we speak out and against what is happening. Because we don't want illegals here. We are tired of immigration. We are tired of funding everyone else's problems. And we're tired of being the police and the help force of the world. It is time we focus on ourselves. It is time that we help ourselves. And it's time that us, the good American Christian nation, stands up for itself and says, enough is enough. Because we, the people, we are tired of what is happening in this country. Again, the world is not bad because of the bad people in it. It is bad because of the good that won't speak up for the good. And it's time that we do that. But enough of the soapbox style rantness. I had to get that off my chest. But with all the fraud that is going on, and even if 1% of it is true, just think of what could actually be out there. If even 1% of what is really going on, or 1% of what we think is going on, is really happening, we have let so much slide. We have let so much go in this country. We have to do something about it. Us, we the people. Because even though The government's there, they're not really there, and it's very clear. Because otherwise we would go in with very strong force, military force, militant forces into these cities and get these illegals out. And we would militantly go into these cities and stop all these protests, all these rioters. They're no longer protests. They're terroristic threats. And if you go up against them, you should get deported as well. It's insane that we, the people, individuals, are almost now the ones that have to take it upon ourselves to figure out what's going on in our own country, in our own backyard, and for us to try to stop it and shed a light on things. Like Nick Shirley. The fact that he had to be the one to shine the light on everything and show and prove what's going on is insanity. Our government should be standing up and doing this. I'm not against YouTubers. I'm not against any individuals doing these such things like Nick Shirley has, but it shouldn't be upon us, we the people, to have to do this. But that's where it has become. So it is now time that we all need to stand together. And to speak upon the guy that everyone says got mag dumped. Actually, I'll just post a clip. Let's look at one of the things that he's done so far. I'll just post a clip up here real quick.
Seen here, shouting expletives and spitting at a federal immigration agent's car during a protest. He then kicks the agent's vehicle, breaking a tail light. The agents exit their vehicle and a scuffle.
Now see, you can see him kicking a taillight out, spitting on a police car, screaming and yelling, throwing things, trying to evade police and resist arrest, and you have a gun on you, multiple mags. You're not protesting at that point. I don't care if you were legally holding a gun or not. You had it legally holstered. I'm sorry, but as soon as you attack police officers and you spit at them, you are now a rioter. You are now a terroristic threat. You are just as bad as the people who are coming here illegally. You are just as bad as the people that the ICE were originally going after. You're just as bad as them. And you should be treated and dealt with the same. Deported out of this country. And that is what we need to stand on. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. Mark my words, I said this 3 days ago. The guy that they shot, that's going to be the next George Floyd. Call me crazy, but it's going to be the next George Floyd. They're going to come in, they're going to tell ICE that we can't have this happening no more. You guys have done too much, you guys are going too aggressive, you guys are going too hard. And we're going to have to slow down, we're going to have to take a break. Mark my words, they're going to dumb it down, they're going to water it down simply because of this guy. And it's crazy how the news channels took the picture of him and made him a little bit more handsome. So the fact that the news is trying to doctor his picture up and what he looks like in his story, and oh, he was a nurse or a doctor or whatever they're saying, whatever story that they're running with right now. I'm sorry, but you were a terrorist and you were treated and dealt with as such. I don't care if you don't think it was justified or not. It was justified. Kicking taillights out, spitting at cops. I'm sorry, you're a terrorist at this point. You are now threatening a cop's life. Your gun is clearly there. Yeah, sure, you didn't point it at the officers. Don't care, though. We have not gone hard enough. We don't have enough ICE. They have not gone hard enough. They should be going in with force with the military in dealing with these people as such, as what they are, because they are infiltrators. They are a plague, and they need to be handled with, whether it be deported, or whether it be shipped somewhere, or forever imprisoned. I'm okay with my tax dollars going to that. But our tax dollars going to Somalian bullshit to fund terrorists and a bunch of illegals, not okay with. And I'm not okay with our government allowing these terrorists in our own country to act and do and feel like whatever the fuck they want to fucking do. It's not okay. So we the people need to stand for what is right. And we need to stop it. Stop it today. Well, there was a few more things I really wanted to talk about, but I feel like I'm actually going to leave those for later this week to talk about. And it'll give me more time to come up with more points, angles, and information on such subjects. I thank you all for listening. I hope that you guys like what I'm talking about. And if you guys want to see more, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Stay strong and steadfast in your ways. Speak up for what is right. And remember, America first. This is a Christian nation. Jesus died for our sins, everybody's sins. This is our nation. We need to stand up for it because this is one nation under God. Remember that, God. There is no S. There is one God. And that's what this country was founded upon. That's what this country was built on. And that's what this country is going to run and continue to build and fulfill on. And we need to stand for that. So, all my Americans out there, the real, true Americans, keep your heads up, stand up for what is right, and keep going, and have a good night.